10XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
Attention. Attention.
They are not ready for prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time.
Prime time. That's the name.
Prime time.
Prime time.
What time is it? Showtime, prime time.
It's XL Prime Time. Featuring Joe C.
I reduced my toilet paper down to 3 squares.
Matt Hayes.
Big asses and big thighs, yeah.
And Leon Searcy.
Bringing you love, peace, and soul.
How you like me now? How you like me now?
Oh, yeah. On the road, ready to rock and roll. Welcome in XL Primetime at the beautiful Ale House at the Avenues, kind of the corner store of the big Avenues Mall parking lot. And you can drop on by Southside and Phillips right there in the corner, and we would love to see you. So the Ale House is set up for sports, food, cold ones, and we definitely enjoy our time here, that's for sure. So we welcome you. Now, this is a little bit of a Bud Light build-up to the weekend because if I'm looking at the schedule that's going on right now, fellas, as we set up our show today, we got so much to get into. We, of course, are going to talk the college football playoff. We're going to talk the Jags as they are headed to Las Vegas. And you know what they need to do? They need to leave LV with an L, okay? I'm just going to basically ask them to LV just to steal the L and just make it Vegas. You guys okay with that? And bring an L back?
Why not?
Yeah,
Is
why
that
not?
all right?
Yeah, we're too deep.
Actually, I don't want an L. I mean, bring an L back. Yeah. I don't want the dub, man.
Yeah.
Do not want the dub.
Just go to LV and bring back the L.
Yep.
Okay, that's really all I'm asking for. But if you look at Saturday's schedule, and this might be one of the best days of football that we have ever seen, you have a noon kickoff to start the college football playoff. Penn State hosting the SMU Mustangs. 1 o'clock, you have the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Houston Texans. 4 o'clock, you've got Texas meeting up against the Clemson Tigers. And then at 4:30, you've got the Ravens hosting the Pittsburgh Steelers. Oh, and let's just finish it off with Buckeye v. Rocky Top at 8 o'clock. Is that?
I love it. That's my birthday.
It is your birthday.
It is my birthday. I want to be left alone. Let people know right now I don't want nothing, no gifts.
Bro.
No dinner, no lunch. Give me ball. All right? That's all I want is ball.
Nothing else.
Nothing else.
Don't need a woman around you. Nothing.
Nothing.
Just ball.
Ball.
Let me tell
Ball
you
till I
something.
fall, baby.
That's a gift right there, man.
By the way, happy birthday, bro.
Hey,
Really.
man, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
Thanks, sir.
absolutely. And I love the fact that you've now got something at that time of the year because we would have had Saturday NFL football.
True.
That's just common. Whenever the Army-Navy game is played on a Saturday, we get to that next Saturday, and you're going to expect NFL ball. But now you got NFL and college, which is just awesome. All right, so the Ale House, we're going to hang out until 2 this afternoon. Helmets and heels off today. We are here until 2 o'clock. We'd love to see you. The Ale House is a great place to post up. You can get a bucket of Bud Lights, and you can start talking ball with us if you'd like. We would love to see you today, that's for sure. And then, of course, just make plans as you get ready for what should be a great weekend. You can come in and talk about the Jags, and whether it's bring back an L from LV or whether you just want to win, baby, because that was Al Davis's moniker forever. Just win, baby. These are two bad teams that I don't know if they're capable of winning. Either one of them. I don't think. All right, now, the NFL slate is going to crank up tonight, and you've got a lot on the line when we're down to either draft position or the actual playoff position. This city just so happens to have to look at the reality of the draft position. The others are looking at playoff position. You got Broncos and Chargers tonight, and you got the Broncos trying to stay alive for a playoff spot. And Sean Payton, in a couple of years' time, Leon, has done a decent job. Remember now, they dispatched Russell Wilson because he had become rusty. Wilson, and they got rid of him. They actually had to eat the contract, most of it anyway. He's playing in Pittsburgh for like $1 million, which is just nuts. But anyway, all in all, Sean Payton has kind of turned that thing around.
He's done a great job with Bo Nix.
Yeah.
Bo Nix has played well this year. I mean, he's controlled the offense. They run the ball effectively. They played sound defense. I mean, everything they essentially what the Saints were when Sean Payton was with the Saints, when he had Drew Brees. You know, had a prolific offense. Had a quarterback that wasn't going to make mistakes.
Right.
You know, had a defense that got after it pretty good. I mean, it's a mirror image of what he developed in New Orleans is what you see with the Broncos. As far as the Chargers go, the last game they played against Tampa Bay, they got annihilated. Tampa Bay annihilated. I mean, they rendered Justin Herbert inefficient. They couldn't run the ball. They were 0 for 6 on third down situations. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers passed the ball efficiently, ran the ball efficiently, and dominated the game from start to finish.
You know, I don't think I could be too. I don't want to minimize, I should say, what Sean Payton has done with the Broncos. Mm-hmm. But Bo Nix is what he's done, the way he's played with toughness, with moxie, with the ability to bounce back from negative plays. It's been remarkable.
Yeah,
he's
but you're not giving Shawnee?
No, I am giving Sean credit,
okay.
but I mean, it's Bo Nix. I mean, because at some point, the players, we say it all the time, the players got to go on the field and make the plays.
True.
And what he's done has been remarkable. He has literally completely changed the trajectory of his career since he left Auburn. He was a guy who was completely in the jar of physically, emotionally, mentally, everything.
Right.
He just wasn't ready. He was injured. He was in a bad offense. The team was in a bad situation. He gets to Oregon and everything changes, and his entire outlook on the game changes. His entire outlook on life changes.
Right.
And now you see him going in the NFL, and bad plays don't affect him. Bad plays, Joe, affected Bo Nix.
Yeah.
In college, early on in college.
Yeah, well, it's like we said, War Eagle Bo, not nearly as good as Duck Bo. And Duck Bo thrived when the defenses weren't nearly as tough out in the Pac-12. And he really
but was it that, or was it that he just finally felt comfortable in who he was?
Well, I'm giving him credit. See, look, I'm comfortable in my own skin, but I still may suck, all right?
Right, but he's proven it now in the NFL. He's a good player.
Okay, now here's the thing. This is the only reason why I would just kind of at least bounce back a little bit. Is because I am giving Sean Payton a ton of credit to basically tell Bo, do this, don't do that. And if you take a look at the stats here, I'm just trying to pull these up right now, and we'll get into it a little bit. He's starting to come back just a little bit in terms of making maybe he has a little more confidence, and therefore he's taken a few more liberties, and it hasn't necessarily translated the way that he's hoping or Sean Payton's hoping. So this is what I'm watching 100%. But heck yeah, I'll give Bo Nix a lot of credit for the very simple fact that I did not think he would be able to come in and start immediately and actually get some love right now for Rookie of the Year in the National Football League. Think about the guys. If we went down Rookie of the Year right now, and Leon, we could probably do this as we go through today, but Jaden Daniels was the red-hot rookie to start things off. Was he not?
Yeah,
he was red-hot.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody loved him. And then
still playing pretty well.
Yeah, he's playing great. There's no doubt that he's not falling off at all. But then Caleb Williams kind of gets going against Jacksonville. We brought up that score last couple of days where he doubled up Jacksonville in London, and then all of a sudden he started to climb. Well, we all know what's happened with Chicago. They have fallen flat on their bare furry face. And then you got a couple of other guys. Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah,
Is Brian Thomas Jr. not in the Rookie of the Year conversation right now?
Yeah, he should be. Absolutely. What he got? 56 catches, 900 and some odd yards, 8 touchdowns.
Almost 15 a catch.
Yeah. And I short-sighted him at the beginning of the season. I had him at 60, 1,108. He's going to surpass that easily.
Right. I'm going to see if I can pull up Rookie of the Year numbers right now, just as far as where we are.
So let me just interject real quick because I want to go back to Bo real quick. It's not that I'm minimizing what Sean Payton has done, okay?
Right.
But if you are one, not you, the general you, or one to say it's Sean Payton's the reason that Bo Nix is playing so well in the NFL. My question then would be, well, why is the quarterback here struggling so poorly? Because Doug Peterson was considered a quote-unquote QB guru, an offense guru, just like Sean Payton.
Right.
So why is the guy here who I think by all arguments anyone would say has more talent, more raw talent than Bo Nix?
Okay.
Why is he struggling?
All right, so I love where you're going because this is a good conversation. And let's just use this real quick off the top of our head. Former Super Bowl winning coaches, Sean Payton, Doug Peterson, Mike McCarthy. You guys can remind me of other ones, but that right now are in different head coaching spots.
Right.
McCarthy leaves Green Bay, goes to Dallas. Payton sits out for a year, comes back, goes to Denver. We all know that Doug's here, and I'm sure there's somebody else I'm not thinking of right now. But now this is a Sean versus Doug discussion. Now that you positioned it that way, because I like that. Because Sean Payton, I think right now, is still hungry, driven. Seems like he does have a very good defensive coordinator in Vance Joseph. He's empowered him to do his job over there. He's got good players. He's made Cortland Sutton better. Bo Nix certainly has played very, very well. They don't necessarily have a great running game, but they have a couple guys back there. Anyway, so this is almost a Sean versus Doug discussion, too, because is Doug doing what he needs to do to drive Trevor?
At what point did we stop blaming the player, not the coach?
And Trevor, too. I agree.
Yeah.
I think that's fairly
because outside
That kind of goes all the way back to my initial statement.
Right.
Yeah.
It's Bo Nix. Bo Nix is playing well.
yeah.
The way the NFL works, like I've told you guys forever, and I know you guys have seen it and witnessed it, is that the more you play, the more they figure you out.
Sure.
The great ones, obviously,
Great
rare
ones
is rare,
adjust.
and they can combat that. So we'll see because Caleb Williams, like we said, has come back to the pack just a little bit. A couple of other guys definitely have had their comeuppance, but I do want to see how it plays out there.
Yeah, but you're right. The more film they get on you, the easier it is to stop you. That's why, as a player, you can never become complacent. You've always got to be adding to your arsenal. When you think that they got something,
Yeah.
I mean, that's what the great ones do. I'm sure the Peyton Mannings and Tom Brady's, they figured them out, but then they did something extra, film room, to counter that. So
Exactly.
it's always a tit for tat. It's always a battle. It's always a battleground between what you know and what defenses try to do to complicate you. So I mean, if you get comfortable in your own skin, that's when you get exposed.
Yeah, and look, the way things go, and I do agree with what Leon's saying. You can't just sit here and not put Trevor Lawrence in the conversation and say, is it all Doug's fault? No, the player has a hell of a lot to do with it too. And this player's in his fourth year. That player is a rookie. So that's also a big difference. But I just am curious as to whether or not these quarterback gurus can get out of their player what they need to get out of their player for the team to be successful. And right now, Doug, unfortunately, has not, and Trevor hasn't consistently.
Yeah.
I mean, look, yes, I get it. I understand what you're saying,
Yeah.
okay? I understand that. But it's either one or the other. I know you're trying to conflate the two, and I get it. And why wouldn't you? Because it is some of both, right?
Right.
But if you're going to sit there and say that Sean Payton is the reason that Bo Nix is who he is, or a majority of the reason, then what in the world is going on here?
Yeah, I look at it and I see.
Is it? And my question is this too.
Yeah.
It also entails this: is it that Trevor isn't taking coaching? Is it that Trevor isn't as good as everyone believed he would be coming out of college? Or is it he's in a terrible situation right now?
I bet you could put all three on the list.
Yeah,
I think you could.
Well, Matt, what is Doug saying in his presser a couple of weeks ago? He's saying that we have good weeks of practice, and he can't explain what he sees on Sunday. That has to do with Trevor.
It does.
Yeah, 100%.
There's no getting away from it.
100%.
So what does that mean? That Trevor's what? It's not coachable?
See, but you could also the converse of that could be he's in a schematically poor situation right now.
Yeah, like we said, it's a laundry
it's an
list.
offense that worked in the 2010s and doesn't work now. You could easily look at it that way because I'm telling you right now, you and I, we all watch these games in the NFL. There's guys running wide open in the NFL, wide open.
Yeah, there's guys that are getting schemed open.
And then when the Jacks are running plays schematically, those dudes are not getting separation.
Well,
even Brian Thomas has trouble getting separation.
Yeah, one of the most frustrating things is them not being able to physically take control of a game, to knock anybody off the ball. They ran for a little bit better yards per carry this last go-around. They did a decent job early. The dink and dunk from Mack, even though it may drive some people crazy, at least it is a take-the-profit setup where you do get to move the chains. When this team doesn't get in the end zone for 7 in the first drive of the entire season until you get to December, then there's a lot wrong.
I agree. Here's my point. If you're doing things right, schematically, offensively, no matter what a defense throws at you, you will always have one guy available. Mm-hmm. It's just a matter of can you get it to him quick enough, right? I don't know how many times, Leon, and you can speak to this, we're watching this team and no one's available. No one's open.
Yeah, Well, you say it's three prongs: protection, quarterback's ability to see it, and separation, right? So, I mean, who is that on?
Well, I mean, that's on everyone, but my point is that it's difficult for a quarterback if you hit your
You're
steps.
a quarterback sympathizer.
If you hit your steps,
it's
it's not that. But if you hit your steps and there's nobody open,
Yeah.
what are you going to do?
I don't know the answer to that.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't know the answer to that.
There's just
There are ways. My whole thing is there are ways to get guys open in the NFL. Mm-hmm. There's no defense that's foolproof. It's not reality. It's just not reality. So the problem is this offense they run, It's like a decade ago. That's when it was successful.
That's been one of my contentions for a while, and this is not just a pound press comment.
I don't care who it is.
Yeah,
Whoever came up with it.
This is the head coach and his offense. Okay, he put somebody in charge. It's the head coach and his offense. And I've been saying it, and Coach Campo, he claps back a little bit, and even though he's enjoying vacation time right now, he would love to jump in on this conversation because I do think there are tentacles of the West Coast offense that have been easily figured out. I do think that we're seeing some other stuff. Like, I'll give you another example. The way Kyle Shanahan works and the way that Sean McVay works and Kevin O'Connell works, it's different than what we have seen from the West Coast offense. There's more RPO elements to it. There is some RPO here, but there's not nearly as much. Go up to what Kellen Moore comes into Philadelphia after they bounced the other offensive coordinator, after Nick Sirianni gave up the offensive play calling, and they're still operating at a pretty good pace with the RPO that they've got working. And so, yeah, this offense definitely looks predictable at times, easily defensed at times.
I know Matt wants to say
I don't know about at times. How about all the time?
I know Matt wants to say
they've been in enough games to win.
I know Matt wants to say the offense is outdated. Maybe it is, but this is a copycat league. You can't tell me that this team is not pulling from film or different offenses that have been having success. You can't tell me that, Matt.
Yes, I can, because I watched this team. They can't score
So you're saying
points.
that the same offense that they filtered in 10 years or a decade, they have not wavered from it whatsoever?
No, I'm sure they have at some point, and I'm sure they tweaked it. My whole point is you've got teams. The Broncos are a perfect example. They've got receivers running wide open in that offense. Wide open. The Colts, my God, if Anthony Richardson was accurate, who knows what they could do offensively.
Well, I was going to say, that's a player problem as well. He still is a monster when he decides to run the football. But let's not just go loving on Shane Steichen and what's going on up there either offensively. There's holes that we can poke in every offense that's out there. Heck, we were going to do the debate earlier this week. Here comes the judge. It'll probably come up later. But what Joe Brady is doing up in Buffalo, is it more impressive than what Ben Johnson's doing in Detroit? We'll probably save that for next week.
It's pretty good.
It's really damn good.
It's pretty good.
When you consider what they don't have, what they said goodbye to in telling Stephon Diggs to kick rocks and down the line.
They also have Superman, okay? Let's not.
I get that. But here's my thing. Okay? If you're committed to Trevor Lawrence, you're paying him that money, okay?
Yeah.
Why would you continue to bang your head against the wall using an offense that he's not successful in? That's kind of my thing. I mean, if I was Shad Khan, I'd go to him and say, "What kind of offense do you want to run?"
Well, let me ask you this question.
Because
go ahead.
Because I just threw $275 million at you.
True.
Okay, so what offense do you want to run? How can I, the owner, Shad Khan, help you reach your potential? Let him say that.
Now let me ask you this question: When Josh Allen was with Ken Dorsey, was he rendered ineffective? Was he still lighting them up? Was he still taking teams on his back? Was he still making the run?
I don't know. Right near the end. Near the end,
not at this.
It was getting a little shaky near the end.
Not at this capacity, but I'm just saying when Ken Dorsey was offensive coordinator. Josh Allen was still Josh Allen. Yeah. Maybe not to the MVP now.
Not to the level he is now.
I'm just saying.
But let's make it very clear. What Leon's saying is true because he would score, and then give a score to the other guy. Score again, give a score to the other
turnover,
guy. And they were throwing it too much. They needed to stabilize.
They needed to run the ball. And that's what Joe Brady does. Yeah. His offense is built upon running the ball and then Josh Allen making plays.
In other words,
let me say this. I take Ken Dorsey right now as OC here, okay?
Okay.
Well,
right now.
Guess what? We need to check on where Ken Dorsey's at right now.
I don't care where
he's with the Browns. He's with the Browns.
My whole point is you've got to figure out what fits this quarterback. There's no I see you guys in the text line.
Well,
it's Trevor. You can say it's Trevor. It doesn't matter. They're committed to him.
Okay.
So now find a way to make it work.
Okay, let's carry this over because I just immediately added Ken Dorsey plus Deshaun Watson, and you know what I got? I got an F. Okay.
Yeah.
At the very because Deshaun Watson ain't the same cat. At least right now he's not. And then they went to Jameis, and now they're going to DRT. So even though I like what Ken Dorsey was doing, it's still they need to figure out how to combat what defenses are doing right now, and they just seem to be falling into traps. All right, so you guys hit the text line, designed by Lifetime Enclosure, 641-1010. We are hanging out at the Ale House right here at the corner lot of the Avenues Mall. So drop on by. We got Bucket Special, Cold Bud Lights. We get ready for the weekend, and we are fired up and ready to go. Would love to see you.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers. One of the keys to victories is to know your opponent well.
Best thing I can do is point you in the direction of his competition.
Get insights and interviews from Jags beat reporter Hayes Carline when he takes you behind enemy lines. Brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors on 1010XL.
Open enrollment is here, so it's time to secure health coverage for your family. Whether you need Affordable Care Act plans, dental, or Medicare, visit one of the Florida Blue pop-up enrollment tents near you. They make the process easy and stress-free, with medical and dental insurance you can count on. Plus, listen to this. Based on eligibility, many people pay absolutely nothing for coverage. Find a pop-up tent in the Rose parking lot on Beach Boulevard near Southside, and at Night of Wonders at the Orange Park Mall. Here's a reminder for Florida Blue members. You can access Sanitas Medical Center with 3 locations around town offering primary care, walk-in services, an on-site pharmacy, and mental health support. 3 Sanitas Medical Centers and 2 convenient Florida Blue pop-up enrollment sites combined for a winning team in Northeast Florida insurance coverage.
Are you tired of having a plain and boring backyard? Really want to impress your family and friends this year? Then stop by Stone Core on Phillips Highway. Imagine hosting guests at your new outdoor kitchen, relaxing by your custom-built fireplace under a brand new pergola. Stone Core can also remodel your old pool deck and beautiful new pavers. Make your backyard wishes a reality. Visit Stone Core on Phillips Highway and let's get started at stonecore.co. We do outdoors better.
We're H-A-P-P-Y, H-A-P-P-Y, because Happy Honda Days are here. Everything is bigger. Bigger selection, bigger discounts, bigger trade-in values. Honda, quality, value, safety. Don't miss Happy Honda Days, going on now at your local Honda dealer.
Googan Nation, it's Dreamfinders Danny Hicken here to tell you this is no dream. The folks at Dreamfinders Homes right now have an unbeatable interest rate for you. You may not think you can afford a Dreamfinders home. Well, think again. Take advantage of a 2.99% year one rate. I said it, 2.99%. 15 Jacksonville communities to choose from. Find that dream house and take advantage of an unbeatable rate. Move now, literally. Dreamfinders Homes, the official home builder of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Bold City AC, heating that rules.
Is your AC ready for the holidays? Bold City Heating and Air ensures your AC stays in tip-top shape. We know that a clean AC is a healthy AC. Upgrade yours for just $96 a month and enjoy free duct cleanings with your new system. Plus, ask about our 0% financing options.
Bold City AC, we got the crew. Bold City AC.
Visit boldcityac.com.
DivorceMenOnly.com. This is Kenny Lay of Kenny Lay & Associates. Our firm specializes in representing men in family law. That's all we do. That's our only focus. We can help with all of your family law needs, such as divorce, custody, alimony, and child support. For over a decade, we have helped thousands of men with these types of issues. We even have an appellate division ready to challenge a judge's ruling. If you need a family law attorney, go to DivorceMenOnly.com. DivorceMenOnly.com. Offices, Jacksonville.
If you're buying gifts for family and friends, check out the 1010XL Holiday Gift Guide with ideas from
St. Nicholas Gun and Range,
FOCO, Fans Only,
and the spa at Marriott Sawgrass.
Start shopping and saving at 1010XL.com.
Homemade cookies baked fresh by Jen. Original 80s band named Ice Creams by Ray. Build your own cookie ice cream sandwiches from scratch. Cookies and Cream Jack's Beach. Open till 11 Friday and Saturday, 10 weekdays. Making our beach a better place. Cookies and Cream Jack's Beach.
Discover the difference that local expertise makes at First Coast Lighting and Fans. Visit their showroom at the Avenues and browse high-quality products to match your desire for elegance, quality, and uniqueness at First Coast Lighting and Fans.
Get ready to celebrate December with Best Bet. We're giving away an incredible $660,000 in cash and prizes. Kickstart your holiday fun in Jacksonville with amazing promotions like the 12 Days of Christmas High Hands and $500 High Hand Fridays. At Best Bet Orange Park and St. Augustine, don't miss out on thrilling tournaments and $300 every 15 minutes table game giveaways. For all the details, head over to bestbetjacks.com. That's bestbetjacks.com.
This is Mark Nato. My sons and I have seen the doctors and PAs at Southeast Ortho for everything from lumbar spine stress to elbow tendonitis. Southeast has always been there, been truthful, and always been on point. Everything they say happens. We can't thank them enough for what they've done and the great care that they have taken of our sons.
Relieve pain and get back to life. Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
You don't have to be a football star to get a signing bonus. The team at Republic Services needs your skills, and they're paying up to $5,000 for you to join the roster. You'll be joining a winner. As an essential business, the Republic Services trucks have not stopped rolling with hourly and weekly pay and better benefits and vacation packages than the rest of the league. Driver trainees, $1,000 sign-on bonus. CDL drivers, $3,000. Diesel mechanics, $5,000 bonus. Join the winning team at Republic Services today. Visit republicservices.com.
Equal opportunity employer.
David here with Royal Pest Services. Here's a special message from our president.
Thanks, David. This is Jordan Harrington, president of Royal Pest Services. We'd like to thank everyone who has trusted Royal Pest for their pest control needs this year. Wishing all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the Royal Pest family.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville.
We know our situation. We got it. We understand that. But I think these next 3 weeks really can set us up for the future, for the offseason, for, next year and how we can build and where we need to add pieces and all that kind of stuff. The development of our roster. Those are the type of players you want, right? You want those football players that love being here in this building, soaking up football, soaking up ball, love being on the grass. Those are the guys that you can build your team around.
This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
That's a lot of we there.
Two things just scared the hell out of me.
A lot of French going on. We.
Okay,
It's
the
a
other
lot
one,
of we.
The first one is the we, and we all agree. That scared me. The other one was getting on the grass. That was an old Todd Wash phrase. And Todd Wash would always say, hey, we just need to get on the grass. And, of course, I'm channeling my Trent Talkie at the same time. But it's unbelievable when you think about what you are hearing. And look, Doug Peterson needs to say that, okay? He needs to act like he's going to have this job going forward.
Does he?
Well, yes, he does. Yes, he does.
He's got to speak in the first person.
Yeah, because otherwise he's going to say the next guy is going to have this.
Or has he been told already that he's coming back?
No, I do not believe that.
You guys just keep denying it, man.
Yeah.
Me and Searcy are over here on an island by ourselves.
Okay, do you think that he's been told that?
Yeah, I do.
You really do?
I do.
Okay, you guys let us know.
I think when the yacht rolled in, I think he said, hey, no matter what happens, you're my guy.
It easily could have been that. There were high-level meetings. I'm sure there were hors d'oeuvres served. I'm sure there was a nice whiskey bar to select from. But at the same time, Shad Khan has to be looking at, like, we use a couple of other teams as examples, and this team was in the pit of despair, just like the Detroit Lions were before 2017. And then from 2017, this team was able to at least fight their way to one playoff run, get to the AFC Championship game. Miles Jack wasn't down, 10 minutes from the Super Bowl, all that stuff that you guys heard. And then you go to 22, when Jacksonville did make the postseason and Detroit did not, and everything is turned in the direction of just going straight to hell in a handbasket here since 22, and nothing has dashed Detroit. All their every arrow was pointing up for them since 2022. By the way, both teams finished with the same record. I'm almost positive they were both 9-8. One team did not make the playoffs, which was the Detroit Lions.
Right.
And look what's happened since then. So, sure, Doug's got to stay positive and think that this is his gig going forward. And Trent if you could ever hear from Trent Baalke, he might say the same thing. But at the same time, what I also heard out of that soundbite was that we got a lot to look forward to, which is another high pick in the draft. That's what I think that they also may be saying. I don't know how you keep these guys focused, Leon.
Well, he also said we're building towards the future, with the young guys that we have that can carry over into the offseason. So Doug seems that he's entrenched in how the young players are playing moving forward. And he's right about that. I give him that. I like what I've seen from Strange. I like what I've seen from BTJ.
Yeah.
I like what I've seen from some of the younger guys, Vontrell Miller, those type of guys. Those are key pieces for next year moving forward. Just got to add on some more young pieces, some more commodities.
Right.
Well,
yeah, I don't buy that.
You don't buy it?
No, because
Gotta start somewhere.
Because it's translated to 3 and 11. That's why.
No. Yeah. Leon's just saying you got to get more players.
You got to get more players.
They don't have
I know that, but my point is, even if you've got a good core of players, you haven't won 4 games since in a calendar year.
Well, let's go back to what we said in the first seg. Are guys being coached properly? Is Doug driven? Is the scheme good? All those things that we talk about. You just mentioned West Coast offense looks like it's 10 years old. And so I think all Leon is saying is that Brenton Strange and Tank and obviously BTJ, they've all flashed. They're good
BTJ
pieces.
Definitely, yeah. No doubt about that. I even think Tank has, and for the most part, Brenton Strange, if he could stop holding, yeah.
And Tank Bixby, same thing we always say. If there isn't anything happening up front, how good is Tank going to be, or how good is ETN going to be? ETN and Tank together did okay last week. Not great, but okay. Hell, you got to have an offensive line to have any chance in the run game. Right?
There's no doubt you do. I'm not. Look, here's the thing.
That's where Baalke has failed.
Yes, and I wanted to go back to the whole we thing because, again, Leon and I believe they're coming back. Everybody else thinks they're getting fired. I think if I was Shad, you know what I would do if I was Shad? I'd go to Baalke and I'd say, you're coming back. Doug's coming back. Like Doug, you will meet with the media once a week. Once a week. You know why?
Nothing.
Because, you put his feet to the fire. Then he has to answer questions
Are you telling me?
about specific guys
Right.
he picked, specific guys he took in free agency, the why and the how.
Okay, but are you telling me just putting him in front of a group of media members is going to make him better at his job?
I don't know if it's going to make him better, but it's going to make it may make him think a little bit more about moves, about what he's doing.
Well, I'll just use Jerry Jones as an example.
It's very easy to move in the shadows, and you have no responsibility other than to your owner, who you've somehow convinced that you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, that I get.
When you've won 4 games in a calendar year, so it's very easy to do that. But when you're out there and you have to be held accountable,
but just as an example,
to the media, then I think it's different.
The only GM we hear from on a regular basis is named Jerry Jones.
I understand that.
Okay?
I understand that.
That is it. We do not hear from Brad Holmes.
Right, I understand that, but it doesn't mean that that's how it has to be.
No, you know what I would do? I'd say get the hell out. That's what I'd do. Okay, I'd say we're starting from
I don't
scratch.
disagree, but that ain't happening, buddy.
The one guy on the text line, he goes, we know our situation, we got it. What exactly is he talking about, referring to Doug's comment? No, I'm looking, if I'm Shad, I'm looking around going, what am I missing? Well, I'm missing results. I have paid a lot of money to a lot of people, and I am not getting the results that I'm looking for. This is a not-for-profit business right now. Based on they aren't taking any profit in terms of wins
they're still
for the
making
fans.
money. I don't know about not-for-profit.
You know what I mean. I think I'm using phraseology here. I know they're one of the few businesses out there, and you can figure out what a couple of other ones are, where you can absolutely suck and still make money. You can suck and still make money. They're one of the few that can do that. But he has to look at it and go, you know what? I am looking like an owner that's not capable of making the right decision to deliver a winner to my fan base.
I don't disagree with that. He also could be looking at it like, I really like these guys, and if that's what he's looking at it as, which it could be, then his next move has to be, how do I make them better at their jobs? I've given them everything they want. I've given them money. I've given them whatever they need. Now what else do I do? And then maybe he should start looking at how he runs his company, or how he runs his soccer club. Maybe start holding people a little more accountable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that was my point with throwing Baalke out there. And I know it doesn't happen in the NFL, but I don't care. It doesn't mean you can't all of a sudden do something different because you're 4-16 in your last 20.
Yeah, Yeah.
It might be time to start doing something different.
And 4 and 20 adds up to 1 win in each December of 23 and 24, and then 2 more in October. That is it. That's all this team has been able to show for their hard work and your diehard dedication. And some of you that are heading out to Vegas right now and looking forward to a great trip, one you planned very early in your football year, but unfortunately it's not going to be to go out there and drag
by the way,
a dub.
they should kill this team this week. The Raiders are terrible.
They are.
They
very
should
bad.
kill them. If they lose this game, then you really understand what's going on in that locker room.
But you want them to lose the game, don't you?
I do, but my point is...
It had to be really bad to
my
lose
point
to the
is
Raiders.
they should kill the Raiders.
I know they should. They had to be really, really bad to lose to this team.
And by the way, the Raiders did play okay the other night. How in the world that they, when you take a look at what they did against Atlanta, the quarterback play was deplorable. But they were still in that game, believe it or not.
Even with Mac Jones, this should be like a 24-9 game. They should kill them.
24-9, that's 9 more points than was scored on that field the other night. A total of 24, which was just disgusting.
Actually, it's the under, because I told you to bang the under.
Yeah.
24-9 would be the under.
Yeah, was it? Yeah, I'm trying to think.
It's 42.5, I thought, right? Or 41.5?
It was a bigger number than I expected, that's for sure. All right, we'll take a look at those lines coming up in just a second. Speaking of lines, let's get into some college football lines. You guys can keep it going on this discussion, that's for sure. 641-1010. One texter, I believe Balky is back. I'm 50-50 on Doug. Schott is not going to fire anybody. His record has proved it. So you guys let us know what you're thinking there, because it is right now that point in the season where you want to see, if you're a diehard fan, you want to see something change. So let us know. All of Duval, 641-1010. You can hit the text line. We are hanging out at the Ale House, the Avenues Ale House in the patio area. You got just a beautiful bar setup. So drop on by. You can order your cold one, get you a great lunch as we talk ball right here on XL Primetime.
Cruising with XL Primetime in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
Hey guys, it's your boy ET here. Give yourself and your partner the gift of better love in this holiday season. Let's make it a little easier for you too. Get yourself some Blue Chew. They have chewable tablets with the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, Levitra, and Staxin. You can Blue Chew all online too. They have licensed medical professionals to help you find the right prescription and strengths. You don't even have to go to the doctor's office or the pharmacy. And when they mail it to you, it comes right to your front door in a discreet package. Nobody but you will know what's inside. And did I mention they make it right here in the good old US of A? Blue Chew has a great offer for you this holiday season. How does free sound? Go to BlueChew.com, consult with a licensed medical provider, and get your first month for free. That's right, I said it, free. Turn that holiday stress into some holiday cheer. Visit BlueChew.com.
Imagine driving a late model car of your dreams at a fraction of the original sticker price. For the very best in low mileage cars in Jacksonville, visit Vaughn Motor Group's indoor showroom. All luxury cars are serviced and inspected, many with a certified warranty. Before you make your next auto purchase, check out Vaughn Motor Group on San Jose Boulevard or at vaughnmotorgroup.com for a complete inventory listing. If you can dream it, you can drive it at Vaughn Motor Group.
Frank Frangie here for Karis Wealth Planning. If you're looking for a company to truly help you make your money work for you, why not try a group who's been doing it successfully for almost a quarter of a century? Karis will truly bring together all the pieces of your financial world and develop a comprehensive plan to really help you secure your future. So call Karis today at 904-598-3585 or log on to Karis, that's KERAS.nm.com. Make your money work for you with Karis Wealth Planning.
Joe C for Hard Rock Bet, and we're into the second half of football season. You've seen how teams are shaping up. If you haven't already, it's a perfect time to try your first bet at Hard Rock Bet. Perfect example. Earlier this season, a Florida bettor went 16 for 16 picking winners, turned a $15 bet into more than $100,000. Try Hard Rock Bet now and get up to $100 back in bonus bets if your first doesn't win. Offered by the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Must be 21 plus and physically present in Florida to wager. Terms and conditions apply. Concerned about gambling? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
This Day in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 19, 1984, hockey legend Wayne Gretzky, at the age of 23, becomes the youngest NHL player and 18th player to score 1,000 points.
Hey, Florida drivers, the holiday season is upon us. When celebrating, always plan ahead and know all your options.
If you drink, don't get behind the wheel. Instead, designate a sober driver or catch a ride service. And if you are the designated sober driver, commit to staying sober. Besides, a DUI could cost you $10,000. Not exactly the best gift you could give yourself. Celebrate responsibly and remember to drive sober or get pulled over. This message brought to you by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Need a last-minute gift? What's more Duval than a Moss Fire Grill holiday gift card? Right now, you can buy a $100 gift card and get a $25 gift card for free. Only at Moss Fire Grill.
See you on the rooftop.
Interested in a unique date night? Gibby here. I took my wife Nikki to Wick a Candle Bar. She made her own custom candle right there in the store. Shop local at Wick a Candle Bar. Locations in San Marco and Jacks Beach.
Local 234 plumbers, pipe fitters, and HVAC technicians would like to wish everyone a Merry Christmas and thank you to all the members and contractors for their continued support and partnership. Together, they've helped build a stronger foundation for Jacksonville since 1901. Enjoy spending time with your friends and families this holiday season. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Local 234, make the right connection. Proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I've known Glenn Coleman for a long time as a friend and a lawyer. Persistent and fair, Glenn and his firm have represented clients from North Florida and South Georgia for over 40 years in all kinds of personal injury cases. If I had such a case, call Glenn at Barnes & Cohen.
Brackish Vodka, the official vodka of UNF Athletics, 100% made in Jacksonville, is available at all local liquor stores. Visit Browdy's, Total Wine, ABC, Shores, Golden, Zahara's, Golden Ox, and more. Drink our gluten-free San Francisco Spirit award-winning vodka and see why it's the smoothest vodka you can buy. When you drink Brackish Vodka, you support all of our local employees and all the money stays in Jacksonville. Drink Brackish Vodka and live life slightly salty. Proud partner of the Jaguars.
Ho, ho, ho! When I need gifts for special people, I go to Tobacco Cove at 3849 Bay Meadows Road. They have everything you need to make Christmas as special as they are. Find the finest in limited cigars, pipes and pipe tobacco, and the accessories that make life easier like humidors, cutters, and lighters. And don't forget Lampe Bergère fragrance lamps. So, take my advice and go to Tobacco Cove, 3849 Bay Meadows Road, and make this Christmas one they'll remember.
Have a group trip or company function soon? Mark Watson here with Hardball Creative. Get busy ordering the t-shirts and other swag you'll need. It's easy with Hardball.
Hardball Creative. Hardball does it all.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
The Raiders' pass rush took a major hit over the weekend with the loss of edge rusher Max Crosby. The three-time Pro Bowler announced via Instagram on Saturday that he needed ankle surgery and would miss the remainder of the season. Jaguars quarterback Mac Jones on the Raiders' defense without Crosby.
Played against him a few times, and obviously Max is a premier player in this league, and I think they did a good job this past week and playing hard, and they try to confuse the quarterback and put the defensive guys in different spots. So I have some familiarity with it. It's definitely has some new wrinkles, and they've done a good job.
Mac Jones on the Raiders defense with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update. I'm Andrew Gibson.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
Beautiful ale house right here at the corner of Phillips and Southside, right here in the Avenues Mall area, the parking lot parcel in the corner. Definitely drop on by. What is this? This is southwest corner? Yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with that right now. It's
the corner Southside and US 1. How about that?
I already said that, but I was just trying to figure out what corner of the big Avenues Mall lot this is on, and I know it's on the south portion, and I just want to make sure that I was on the right side of town, southwest. But it's funny because I have given people many times on 1010XL instructions to where they have had to correct me online or through the text. So I just want to make sure I got that right. But you can drop on by Bud Light build up to the weekend. A beautiful Thursday. You can hang out here. There are some of you dudes that are Christmas shopping. Yeah, you're probably in the Avenues Mall right now with the app working. So just come on over to the Ale House and say, hey, we would love it. They got cold ones, bucket specials, and great menu items. Big Sirs, what did you go with? Did you order the sticks?
Yeah, I went and got the mozzarella sticks and the pop stickers.
Yeah, the pop stickers are pretty good.
Pan fried, yes. Guys.
All right, I love it.
Yeah.
You know, zingers and wings and all that stuff is definitely going to be there. All right, so we got to get into a little college football. We promised it before the top of the hour. We will roll till 2 this afternoon. Then the Franchi Show will come up then, and then Jaguars programming after that. But a big get, if Florida gets the big get. Dallas Wilson, a 5-star receiver, has, according
from
to
high
Zach,
school this year.
Yeah, according to Zach Alberverdi from Gators Online, he was a prized recruit, 5-star receiver, signed with Oregon. Florida made this last
He's from Tampa Bay.
Yeah, made this last-minute charge, signing day, to get him. Vernell Brown, you may recognize that name. That is his agent. Bottom line is he officially signed with Oregon during the early signing period and now has asked out of it. And this is the part that I love when they say national letter of intent, Leon. I don't think it ever really said financial affidavit, but now that is what it says. Alberverdi reporting that Wilson has asked Oregon to be released from his financial affidavit, that according to Vernell Brown, Jr. of Elite Sports. And so he's a guy that wants to come back, but how in the world did this change?
Why would they do that?
In two or three weeks' time?
You don't want to. Why would you want a bad egg on your team? Infecting your locker room.
He signed the contract.
I know, but if he doesn't want to be there, he's going to be a bad egg.
Well,
he's going to cause problems.
You don't know that. I mean, he signed the contract.
Yeah.
A financial contract, not just a letter of intent. He got stipulations that says that he's supposed to get paid this kind of money. You would let him out?
If I was Oregon,
yeah.
If I'm any school and a high school player says he wants out, I'd let him out. The guy that hasn't been on your campus yet, right?
But you just got him
that hasn't been on your campus yet, that hasn't done anything with you yet.
And what kind of message are you sending to that kid?
I understand what you're saying, but why would I want some kid who's going to be bitter about being there infecting my locker room?
Well, why don't you try and win him over? I love how you let guys tuck tail and leave.
I'm pretty sure he's tried to win him over. Dan Lanning, who might be the best recruiter in all of college football, I'm pretty sure he's tried to woo him.
Okay, this goes back to our conversation yesterday. You know what else Dan Lanning's doing right now? Getting ready for a college football playoff.
Yeah? All right. You can't
managing
do 2 things
his
at
own
once.
team.
You can't do 2 things at once?
Of course he can. But this is just another problem in the long line of what we've been pointing out.
Stop feeling so bad about these coaches who are getting $10 million.
No, you stop babying these damn kids.
You're getting paid $10 million a year, man.
No.
Deal with it.
And so
they're no longer.
You got big decisions. You got things you're juggling. You're getting paid $10 million a year to do it. Just deal with it.
Listen, I love the kids. I love the athlete. I'm always for the players.
Yeah, I don't think you do.
I am. Absolutely. You know that.
I don't think you are.
Yeah, no. But at some particular point, these kids got to grow up. If you get money, you're a professional athlete. You're not a student athlete anymore. You're a professional player.
I agree.
When you sign a contract that has financial obligations to it, then you've got to adhere to it.
And
I'm not disagreeing with you.
This just happened.
You know what?
Signed this puppy.
I'll tell you what you do. Won't you just powder his butt?
Look at RJ giving the claps. Come on, RJ. Get off me, man.
Powder his butt and burp him, too.
I'm not disagreeing with you. All I'm telling you is, at the end of the day, you're going to let a guy who's not happy come on your campus and infect your locker room.
There could be a
with
lot
his
of
bad vibes.
There could be a lot of kids that say that they're not happy and want to bounce.
Yeah, I totally believe that.
If I have,
I'm just saying, this
if I
is
have
no
that,
longer
if I have
amateurism.
that,
It's not amateurism.
I know it's not. If I have that program humming like Dan Lanning does, I'm not doing anything to mess it up.
Well, you know what I tell the kid? Just come on out here and let us sway you.
You don't think he has? I'm sure he has.
Yeah, but here's the thing. The game has changed. You want to get paid. Now you have a financial affidavit that you signed that says you got to do what you said you were going to do. Okay? It's simple as that.
I'm not disagreeing with you guys. I am not disagreeing.
I think you are. I think you are.
No, I'm not. Don't use my verbiage on me,
I'm using your catchphrase.
Don't use my verbiage on me.
Yes, I think you are.
Look, I understand what you guys are saying. I am agreeing with you, okay?
Make sure it's turned on.
All I'm telling you is he's got that thing so dialed in right now, okay? Why would you mess with that if you're him? Why would you potentially mess with that, knowing that everything you got is perfect right now?
Mm-hmm.
Why would you allow some kid to come in and infect what you're doing? If you think that, if you think he hasn't, listen, if you think he hasn't already tried to convince that kid to come, all right, and the kid has said no, I want to stay home, blah blah blah. You're going to bring him there, and you think that kid's going to be okay with that?
And you know what the kid is doing too, because he has people, he has agents. He's making it public.
Yeah.
So he's putting out the pressure.
Sure,
right
he
here.
is.
He's making it public. So he's got to go to publicist.
Plus, by the way, at the end of the day, he could just say, "I'm not coming," and that's it.
And I'll tell you what else just happened.
That's it. He's not coming.
He could.
I love how you have built-in excuses for these guys, left and right. It's unbelievable.
It's not built-in excuses. Yeah. Look. These guys have been on the short end of the stick for 150 years.
Oh my
okay?
gosh!
I'm okay with them getting. I'm okay with them getting a little bit. All right.
Okay. This kid has not been. My goodness.
Right, but the entire player system has been screwed for 150 years.
Now you're using my catchphrase.
Yeah.
But that's
my original. You jumped on
I don't think so. But anyway, either way, it sounds good. But listen, I agree with you on that. But at some particular point, these freaking kids, if you're getting paid, you got to grow the you know what.
Yeah, exactly. I agree with that. And
don't sign the contract if you're not sure.
And here's the other thing,
Leon. I 100% agree with you, okay?
Here's the other thing.
You know how I was brought up from a Navy man. I agree with you, all right?
Okay,
I'm just telling you that at some point he's just going to say, well, then I'm not coming. And he'll sit out a year.
Yeah, Matt, are you suggesting that he's not getting paid after 150 years of struggling out in Oregon?
He is now. He is. Sure he is,
Yeah. And here's the other wrinkle to this. The NIL that has just popped for the University of Florida, they may have said to him, and then he called back and said, wait a minute, did you just say double? Did you just say double? Yeah, double.
I don't think it's that.
I don't know.
I don't think it's that. I think the kid doesn't want to leave Florida. He doesn't want to go all the way across country.
Well, yeah. That was
a long-ass way away from home, man.
It's a kid going off into the military and getting there and going, I don't want to do this. This is this is not what I had in mind. And so
I think he was wooed by the fancy unis and Oregon's #1 and the great offense from Will Steen, and they're excited. And then all of a sudden, Florida starts winning. And then he starts going, all right.
He signed on December 4th.
I know he did.
Was over.
I know he did. But he had already.
Don't even use that as part of your argument.
All I'm telling you is he was all in on the Ducks because it was all good and looked good and it was fresh and everybody's happy. And then once he starts to really look at it after pen is to paper, then it's, wait a second, that's a long way away.
Yeah,
and wait a second, Florida told me back in November they're going to pay me the same thing Oregon was going to pay me.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just using that as part of my theory because he probably called back and said, wait. And Vernell Brown has, of course, Florida ties.
Plus, Vernell Brown III is one of their top recruits.
Yeah, one of their
five-star guy, right.
And so they definitely are intermingled with the Florida family. Look, here's Phil Knight right now, one of Oregon Ducks right now, sitting at the bar. Mm-hmm. He knows exactly what we're talking about. But it's just. I'm not even saying it's a terrible thing. It's just not a good thing. When you say, hey, I've signed, that team put their class together and closed the books on it and said, we're done. We got our guys. We're finished. We don't need to do anything else. If he had said no then, they might not have been done. And heck, I'm a Gator grad. It's not like I'm saying don't come. I'm just saying this is not great for any of these individuals and these schools to have to deal with.
Let me explain this real quick. A guy on the text line says, you guys are missing the point. He can hit the portal in 2 weeks. What's the point? Because he's got a signed agreement with him. That's why.
Right.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
So and Oregon has to let him out of that. And if Oregon doesn't, then he's going to have to go to court over it. And that could take a full year.
Yeah. Oregon's going to let him out. I mean, this is going to be a media nightmare. They're in the midst of playing for a championship. The last thing they want is this bad press.
It's dealing with this crap, right?
Exactly.
Yes. And Cook's on another one of our Gators. He's like, the kid could just go into the portal like Grimsley, just give the money back. And I don't know what the financial numbers are. That's what I would like to know. And that's the kind of the big elephant in the room that no one wants to say exactly what the financial numbers are, because they do have right now the ability not to have to disclose that. At some point, that bad boy's going to come out as far as what the financial numbers are. But for the here and now, that's
by the way, the Rashada lawsuit was heard in Pensacola yesterday, I believe.
Okay.
I think they're getting summary judgment on it, and we should hear something not that far away, actually. So it'll be interesting.
I wonder if Billy said, I'll give you $500,000. I wonder if he said it. I don't know that for sure. All right, so the college football playoff.
Poor Billy.
Yeah.
Poor Billy.
Well, everything's going his way right now. They're certainly in a better position. Look at who they've been able to keep. The guys that have made decisions to come back. Look at the guys that they've swayed in the portal. I've heard some discussion that Billy's killed it in the portal.
Searcy's a problem. Losing Searcy's a problem. There's no doubt about it.
It's
he
not good.
had potential to be a really good player.
Yeah, I would say good player. We were laughing and joking and sparring about this yesterday. I saw potential, but I didn't see this dominant figure. Caleb Banks ended up changing my mind a great deal down the stretch as far as his performance level and play, whereas Searcy did not necessarily do that. And I was always joking that Sapp and Searcy, two famous names from the U.
We're taking them to Miami.
We're going to dominate along that
We'll
defensive
take both
line.
of them to Miami.
And they didn't necessarily do that. There were other guys that did make plays for them. So, yeah, losing any of these guys is not going to help. But this past year, Billy had success in the portal. Before that, he didn't necessarily have a whole hell of a lot of success. He was panned for going and getting Graham Mertz, for settling for Graham Mertz. Graham was good, not great by any stretch of the imagination.
He started to get good at the end of his first year.
Yeah.
And then played pretty well in his second year. Yeah.
I mean, that end of story. But the Badger, you can definitely name him and a couple of other guys, that Banks being one of them, that have been able to step in and make plays for him.
Right. I mean, my guess with Searcy is they see L.J. McCray and Searcy, and they're the same player, and they think, all right, we got more invested in LJ.
McCray's the guy.
McCray's the guy we got more invested in. And I'm telling you right now, that's coming to college football. These guys are going to have to start making decisions on who they're going to pay and who they believe has more potential, and it's going to be a lot like the first-round picks. Well, you got to play him. You've got more money invested in him.
Right.
And my guess is they have more money invested in McCray than they did in Searcy, and then they did in the Bowles kid.
Right. You could add those two things up. Jack Pyburn.
Yes.
All right. We'll head into the 1 o'clock hour.
And Justice Boone, for that matter, who also went in the portal.
Yeah. And so there were definitely guys along that front that did flash at times. But right now, you're just going to see which ones which ones that you think is most important to preserve on your roster. That's for sure. We're hanging out at the Ale House at the Avenues, talking all things ball. Jaguars getting ready for Las Vegas, so we'll get back to that. We'll get back to the other NFL games that are out there, the playoff picture, and, of course, what's happening with the college football playoff. All ahead, XL Primetime, Joe C., Matty Hayes, Big Sirs Halen from the Avenues Ale House.
You're riding in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios. XL Primetime on 1010XL. Sideline to sideline.
That's a bad boy.
Goal line to goal line.
On best, here we go.
The best defense is a superior fence. Each week, Superior Fence and Rail presents the Defensive Player of the Game on 1010XL.
Cigar smokers, all-pro lineman Leon Searcy here for my favorite spot, Cigars International. Cigars International is now open at the Town Center, a massive 6,200 square foot lounge with over 600 cigar brands, a full-service bar, and indoor and outdoor lounges with flat-screen TVs. Give their old fashions a try. They're the best in town. Follow on social for holiday specials and events. Cigars International is now open at the Town Center.
Now you can watch 1010XL shows all day on X, Facebook, and YouTube. Brought to you by MyBookie. Experience Vegas from the comfort of your phone anytime, anywhere. Sign up today. Use promo code 1010XL.
Value or flavor? Price or taste? Why choose when you can get both with everyday deals at Sonny's? Right now, you can get the pork big deal for $10, the pork and rib combo for $12, and all you can eat ribs for just $19.99. Yep, you heard right. All your favorites are now available all day, every day. And that's why it's always Sonny's here. Sonny's Barbecue, local pitmasters since '68.
Bowl season brings the holiday feeling.
Deck the halls, deck the halls.
When you play 1010XL's Ultimate Bowl Challenge, you've got the chance to win $1,000 in jewelry from Beard's Diamonds. Log on to 1010XL.com and start picking.
We're HAPPY, HAPPY, because happy Honda days are here. Everything is bigger. Bigger selection, bigger discounts, bigger trade-in values. Honda, quality, value, safety. Don't miss happy Honda days going on now at your local Honda dealer.
Why do you choose Farah and Farah? First, we have the financial resources to take on any insurance company. And our track record proves that we know how to win. Our attorneys and staff are a team, and we've worked together for decades. To us, our job is much more than just a paycheck. We love to help. And this is important. We never forget. It's not about us. It's all about you. Farah and Farah, Jacksonville.
There's still time to grab a mouth-watering holiday roast at Southern Steer Butcher in Ortega. Come for the roast and leave a hero with last-minute gift cards for the whole fam.
For tasty tips and juicy breasts, choose Southern Steer Butcher.
Hey, Aiken here for Prize Picks. Download the app today and use code JAX, J-A-X, to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. That's promo code JAX to get $50 instantly after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks, man. Run your game.
Bueller Air and Plumbing presents Are You Cool?
Today's contestant, a professional stamp licker from Jacksonville, Florida, meet Martin Celery.
Oh, gosh. I can't wait to play, Bob.
Well, let's move things along. Tell him what he's won, Johnny.
Wait, but
That's right, Marty. At Bueller Air and Plumbing, we've stocked up on the remaining inventory of low-cost 2024 model air conditioners. So you win. We're passing the savings on to you.
Can I answer a question first?
We need to make room for the 25s, so we're offering great deals on AC replacements while supplies last.
Could I spin the wheel at least? I've been practicing for a year.
With last-minute deals like this, there's no question that you are cool.
What do I tell my kids?
There you go. Have a souvenir t-shirt.
Thanks.
Stay cooler with Bueller. Visit BuellerAir.com.
For 79 years, each Gator Bowl game wrote a chapter in a story filled with excitement, celebrity, and a touch of drama. The game has seen iconic coaches like Bear Bryant, Vince Dooley, and of course, Bobby Bowden. Football stars like Larry Zonka, Archie and Peyton Manning, and Michael Vick. The 80th chapter features Duke and number 14 Ole Miss. Thursday, January 2nd in primetime on Bill Gay Grounds at Everbank Stadium. Tickets on sale now at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
Brian Wall here with Window World. You know that awesome feeling when you finally find that one place to go to that will give you a top quality product at a great price and then stand behind what they sell you? That's exactly what Window World does. Top quality, energy efficient windows at a great price that keeps more of your money in your bank account. With the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business. That's why Window World has been the #1 window replacement company in the USA for years, selling more than 1 million windows each year for the past 8 years. That's a lot of satisfied customers, and you can be one too. Save money on installing new energy-efficient windows and save on your energy bills too. You can't lose. And if anything goes wrong with your new Window World windows ever, Window World and I will be there to make it right. Call Window World today or see them online and have them come and give you a free estimate and see why we are so proud of our products and the work we do for our customers. Call Window World or go online at windowworldneflorida.com. And thank you for your business.
Window World also offers energy-efficient doors.
Bull riding. The perfect fusion of strength, skill, and pure willpower. Professional bull riders aren't just athletes. They're daredevils with cowboy souls. Come experience the true modern West, where 8 seconds of glory will create a lifetime of memories. It's the Michelob Ultra PBR Jacksonville at ViStar Veterans Memorial Arena, February 22nd and 23rd. Tickets available at Ticketmaster.com and PBR.com. Hold on tight. The ride of your life is about to begin.
Hey, I'm Ben Kay, owner of Gotham City Limit, your local comic shop. Here to let you know we're doing 20% off the entire store, now through Christmas. So unleash your gift-giving spirit, let your passion transmit. Do what we do and take it to the limit. Visit GothamCityLimit.com for more information.
This is Molly McDonald with your 1010XL Southeast Orthopedic Specialist Local Sports Update. Brought to you by the YMCA. The Orlando Magic, who've had a couple of days to recover from their loss to the Knicks, will host the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight in Orlando. They'll be looking to find some success on the court without their top 2 scorers. Magic's Moritz Wagner spoke on how their top 2 scorers out creates an opportunity for everyone on the team and is excited to watch the team grow.
Like I said, this is an opportunity. It's nothing negative. This is awesome. This is the NBA. Everybody gets hurt. And you got to use the opportunity and have the mindset of being a go-getter, you know? The NBA is not waiting to give you wins. You got to go get them. And I think this group has proven to be willing to do that, and now especially we have to do that. So I'm excited to watch us grow here in the next couple weeks.
Thunder and Magic tonight, tip-off at 7 o'clock. It's 73 degrees at 1 o'clock. Time in temp brought to you by Bueller Air and Plumbing. Stay cooler with Bueller.
1010XL is presented by Farah and Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime. Brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool. On 1010XL.
Hanging out on a beautiful Thursday. We're talking about, this is Chamber of Commerce weather in the month of December. Now, TLD, the lovely Diane, she likes to get dressed up. She likes when it's a little colder and all this kind. Look, I am sun and fun, man. So this is a beautiful day as far as I'm concerned. We're hanging out on the patio, the Avenues Ale House. So if you want to drop on by Miller's Ale House, you can certainly picture them all over the First Coast. But you can drop on by this one right here in the corner of the Avenues Mall parking lot. Phillips and Southside, we would love to see you. Bud Light build up to the weekend because Saturday is something else. NFL and college football starts tomorrow night with the college football playoff, Notre Dame and Indiana.
18 in snow, by the way.
Oh, my gosh. And then you got Vegas for the Jaguars against the Raiders Sunday, and plenty to get into on that one. The injury report doesn't look too bad right now, but we will definitely touch on that. Now, listen, we've been talking about the transfer portal, fans trying to figure out the best way to handle this time of the year. One of our texters yesterday, and you guys can hit the text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures at 641-1010. I had to save it because it cracked me up. It was from just this is either an Instagram post or on X, but it sums up the way the transfer portal has affected college football, Leon. And it's got Bear Alexander. It's got USC profile pic, Georgia tattoo, Penn State uniform. That is the NCAA portal summed up in one photo. That is classic. USC profile pic,
let me
Georgia
give you
tattoo,
another
Penn
classic
State uniform.
A classic portal summed up. The kid can't play. Couldn't play at Georgia. Couldn't play at USC. Not going to be able to play at Penn State either. He's not any good.
Well, I've been saying
he's not any good. He's just a huge kid who fits every physical mold you want.
But is it not classic?
Yeah, of course it is. He just can't play. He's not any good.
And by the way,
that's somebody's baby, Matt Hayes.
I know it is, but he can't play, bro. I don't tell you.
But when we're sitting here arguing about just let that guy go, well, a lot of people let this guy go, and he just keeps going, and he's not
someone
showing.
keeps picking him up, right?
And he's not
because
showing.
he's like 6'6", 320, and he runs fast, and he looks like he's all airport.
Yeah, it's he definitely would fall in that description. All right, so Rick Neuheisel, one of the voices of college football. You see him on CBS every weekend, CBS Sports Network, and so on. And he at least offered up some suggestions on how to fix things. Now, these are he wants to be a thinking man when it comes to the sport. And we've all talked about, does college football need a commissioner? Will they do things to bring all these Power 4 schools together? Some governance, some rules when it comes to the NIL. And he even goes so far as to say, hey, let's just scrap the whole idea of spring football. Here's Rick Neuheisel on that.
First of all, there's going to have to be some measure of collective bargaining because the players are not going to let you just say there's no transfer portal. They're going to argue. They're going to sue, and they'll win. So you have to collectively bargain before we go into any further conversation about a calendar. This should only be a spring portal. This should be, and we should get rid of spring ball. We don't really do anything in spring football anyway because everybody's hurt. There aren't enough players. We need to get rid of spring football and instead have these OTAs, which is the NFL model for minicamp. And you basically have one in the spring and you have one and a couple in the summer. And if you only have a spring portal, then none of this has to happen right now.
I don't mind that.
No, not at all.
Look,
No.
you've already essentially copied the NFL model, other than the collective bargaining, which is going to come.
Yeah,
why not just completely copy the model?
Yeah,
honestly, I mean you're already down that road now
because
and the NCAA is not going to survive. The NCAA as an organizing body will not survive, especially if you look at yesterday once again, and they failed once again in court to protect one of their golden gooses, the 5 years to play for, which is all part of their Pollyanna idea of the amateur model. Well, now, Diego Pavia, your guy, Diego!
I had to tweet last night. when
Diego, who spent his first 2 years at JUCO, he argued successfully in court against the NCAA. By the way, the NCAA always loses every time. Okay, he argued that JUCO ball is not under the NCAA's purview, which it is not.
Right.
So why would his clock start when he goes to JUCO? And the judge said, "You're right." And what's amazing to me is, number one, first and foremost, why did some enterprising attorney not take this on sooner? Right? This could have been done decades ago. All right. And number two, the NCAA's done. They lost in court in Tennessee about NIL and trying to prevent boosters from direct pay to players. Lost it. Now everybody does it.
Yeah.
They lost in a West Virginia court about you can only transfer one time. Now you can transfer whenever you want. They are losing over and over and over. And, of course, the biggest loss was the House case, which they lost nearly $3 billion in back pay to players to 2017. Sorry,
Even though Leon wanted some of that action.
And then, of course, now with that case also led to the revenue sharing. So the NCAA is done. They will no longer be a sports organizing body very, very soon. The question is, what fills that hole? What fills that vacuum? What kind of association? What kind of group that leads the sport, be it a czar? I don't think it's going to be a czar, by the way. There's no way that the Big Ten and the SEC are just going to randomly say, let's do it, man. Let's all get together and share money. That's not going to happen. No way.
NBA saying, let Adam Silver go over to college football and do it because he's wrecking the association right now with the NBA Cup and whatever the hell else is up.
I'm telling you right now, dude, they will never, the SEC and the Big Ten, give up their own way of leading their own conferences. They're not going to share their money.
But not for the greater good.
No, they're not going to share their money. They've been all but guaranteed. Look, they've been all but guaranteed that they could make almost as much as 3 times what they're making as if everybody collectively pooled their money. But they don't want to do that because if they make 3 times that, they're sharing it with 134, a total of 138 teams now. They don't want to do that.
I remember Jim Wheeler way back in the day said, I'll give you $1 billion plan when it was 300,000 at that point.
Right.
And he could triple it, and they just fought it. And now where are they at? $4 billion.
Right.
Yeah, it's just classic. It really is. All right. So one more from Neuheisel on this particular part of the calendar, just as far as signing day and transfer. So I enjoy these guys giving us something to think about, not necessarily telling us how to think. But anyway, here's Neuheisel.
And kids can go to school all the way through a year, and then if they're going to leave, they go to the next school for the whole next year. That's how this works. And you get to finish your school in an entire year in the next calendar year. And I then would also add we would move the signing day, Chris, take it out of December and move signing day right back to February. Just take it and move it right back. Now, that doesn't mean kids can't come and be mid-year guys. They just don't sign a letter. They just go in and start the schooling, which is totally fine. But everything in December would be dead. So they have to make those decisions, meaning they can't come to campus. They have to make those decisions on their own. Obviously, phone calls, but you can avoid getting on the phone.
I love the model. I absolutely love the model that he said earlier when he talked about getting rid of spring ball, OTAs, mini camps, and all that kind of stuff. Might as well, because these kids are going to be filtering into the NFL already. Might as well have a blueprint already set up for them for when they go to the next level. Because in spring ball, I mean, listen, I needed spring ball back in the day. I needed spring ball because it helped prepare me for the season. But if you're going to use the same model as the NFL, the NFL model still prepared me just as well.
Right. And by the way, we don't even get spring games anymore. They're now set up scrimmages.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing you're going to be alleviating from it is going to be, like you said, the scrimmages.
Yeah, and they do goal line, they do field goal. They just do a lot of contrived stuff that is a regular practice.
But also you got to remember this too, Joe. And a lot of those practices and scrimmages and stuff like that doing spring, a lot of players get hurt. And that's the last thing coaches want is going into the season where guys get hurt.
And in today's world, guy is already looking at that next school while he's finishing up spring because the portal opens again. Which is just nuts. So anyway, there's a lot of things that definitely have to be dealt with, that's for sure. Speaking of the portal, let's do that right now, RJ, on this very subject with player movement.
That just happened. Brought to you by Florida Home AC, the official air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
So John Mateer, who is the number one player in the portal, quarterback from Washington State, threw for more than 3,500 yards, ran for 1,000. He has signed with Oklahoma, which is a big signing for the Sooners.
Because they lost
For a
Jackson
team-
Arnold.
They lost Jackson, but Jackson Arnold's not any good. They got another guy, not any good.
Okay, I love Matt. Matt was on. Wait till you see Jackson Arnold. He's not any good.
I shouldn't say he's not any good. He just clearly struggled, and they got out of the Jackson Arnold business. I think they've clearly now gotten out of the Michael Hawkins business as well.
Yeah.
Even though Michael Hawkins, I think you're mixing that up with Michael Hawkins. I thought Michael Hawkins would be really good.
but
hang on. But my point is, you get a guy like this who wants to come play for you. He's a game changer. This is a team that was 2-6 in their first year in the SEC. They were struggling, and they needed something like this.
So let me get this straight. This kid chose Oklahoma over a team that led the NCAA in touchdowns and receiving yards and total yards and QBR. So you know what? I hope he gets what he deserves.
And he's going to go out to Norman where there's no offense.
Yeah, I hope he
What
gets
are you trying to say, Miami?
I'm,
Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm just saying there was an opportunity for this kid to go somewhere and flourish. All right.
You were just about to be renamed the Miami Cougars because Wazoo was bringing you quarterback from the great Northwest to the beautiful Southeast back-to-back years. That would have been nice if you'd have been able to lasso
Enjoy
two
your
Cougars.
5-7 next year.
Who doesn't want to lasso two Cougars? Seriously, let's be real.
Exactly.
All right, so the idea of player movement, Arnold's going where? War Eagle?
Yes, Auburn. If you can
We'll
believe
find out
that.
how
Yes.
works out.
If you can believe that.
Yeah, we'll find out. I don't know whether it will work out or not, but Hugh Freeze is gripping and ripping, trying to get anything to work offensively for that bunch down there, which is just crazy in and of itself. Remember how good he was as a play caller and basically a sideline coach when he had talent in Ole Miss? It's crazy what he does not have.
Quarterbacks there too. Yeah.
He had the players, and he needs those guys to be able to get it done. And he went through 2 or 3 this year with War Eagle. That's for sure. All right, we still got to talk a little bit about the games. I got to bring this up, and then we'll get back to the Jags. But even
we got to find Miami a quarterback in the portal too.
Yeah. So Alabama, Greg Byrne, the athletics director, he says that he has basically had it, and he's calling out schools for, quote, using promises of $1 million paydays to lure away our players. His quote is, "It's time for Bama Nation to fight back." Now, is he passing the hat when he says that? Probably. But he's saying that this is the dirty business that's being out there that probably was never, ever advertised before. But with all this player movement and the comical way we have decided to allow college football to just let guys come and go willy-nilly whenever they want, Alabama's trying to fight back on it. So we'll touch on that coming up as well. Hanging out at the beautiful Ale House Avenues Mall right here in the parking lot, south side, Phillips Highway. You know where the Ale House is. Drop on by, cold buckets of Bud Light on special, and you would definitely love to talk some Jaguar ball, some college football playoff. You can do it right here with XL Primetime.
The First Coast Honda Dealer Studios on 1010XL.
I'm Jaguars Today's middle linebacker, Tom McManus, and I give you a window into what it's like on the field wearing black and teal. Catch my stories and analysis thanks to renewal by Anderson Windows and Doors every Friday morning at 10 a.m. on 1010XL.
Do the Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
It's the time of year all our customers love. At Garber Auto Mall, every 2024 must go. Take advantage of thousands in discounts on all new Chevy, Buick, GMC, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and Ford. Visit us in Green Cove Springs or at GarberAutomall.com. And remember, at Garber Auto Mall, there's always a little room for wiggle.
Garber wiggle, Garber wiggle, 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 Garber wiggle.
Mia here for MyBookie. Our listeners have been killing it in a year full of surprises. MyBookie is the one book that's got your back. No fluff, no second guessing, straight up action. Does your other sports book pay out when you push on a bet? MyBookie pays you back. And if you're new to the game and not sure where to start, we've got you covered. Step 1, use our promo code 1010XL. That will double your bankroll with a 100% deposit bonus right from the jump. Here's a pro tip to get you rolling. The NFL teams with powerhouse offensive lines are dominating the run game this year, and betting game total unders has been printing money. Stack that with MyBookie's risk-free Thursdays. Why wait? That's right there, a new risk-free odds boost every Thursday. To find the bet, click the Bet Boost tab and scroll down. If it hits, you win. If it doesn't, MyBookie refunds your money. Sign up now and get your double deposit bonus with MyBookie, the best sign-up bonus for Florida bettors. Bet anything, anytime, from anywhere with MyBookie.
The Sawgrass Marriott Golf Resort and Spa is the perfect place for indulging in a pampering spa treatment. This holiday season, give the gift of wellness with a gift card and take advantage of the spa's current promotion. With the purchase of a $75 gift card or more, guests get a credit towards a future service. With healing massages, revitalizing facial treatments, and more, a day at the Sawgrass Spa makes the perfect gift. Purchase in person at Sawgrass Spa during operating hours.
Come to Monahan Jewelers' 47th annual holiday sale now with up to 30% off GIA certified diamonds and up to 40% off our entire store. Certified diamonds, gemstones, engagement rings, diamond studs, designer brands. We're not a big box store. We're your local family jeweler with an amazing hand-picked inventory for every budget, and with interest-free financing, enjoy beautiful jewelry with a low monthly payment. Support your local family jeweler this Christmas with up to 40% off our entire inventory. Monahan Jewelers in Atlantic Beach, open 7 days a week in December.
Rick Ballou for Carlson Dental. I've been telling you this for quite some time because it's true. I hate going to the dentist, or at least I used to hate going to the dentist. I had total anxiety, and then I tried sedation, light sedation for cleaning and deep sedation as well for cavities and root canals. Folks, it's an incredible experience. So don't be nervous. Don't be scared. Go to CarlsonDentalGroup.com. That's CarlsonDentalGroup.com for all of your dental needs.
Dr. Kevin Murphy with Southeast Orthopedic Specialists, congratulating our Scholar Athlete of the Week, Casey Stahl, senior basketball player at Sandalwood High. Casey has received the Presidential Volunteer Gold Service Award from President Biden and is a member of the National Honor Society.
Jingle bells, septic's gone astray. Oh, don't let your holiday stink in the worst kind of way. Call Duck Duck Rooter and we'll save your sleigh and your day.
904-862-6769 or duckduckrooter.com.
Packer here, coming in at 205 pounds, night and day, thanks to Awaken 180. Guys, gals, the program is simple without needing to take injections for life. The clear choice and the choice of all of us. Awaken180weightloss.com.
Joint replacement surgery is always a tough decision, but relief from chronic pain may be just around the corner. Dr. George Barry here, and there's a lot to consider to make sure you get the proper diagnosis and best path back to the range of motion and mobility you had. Age, lifestyle, and overall health all play a part. Let the team at Barry Orthopedics give you a full analysis to help you make the best decision. Log on to BarryOrthopedics.com or call the office to make an appointment. With offices across Jacksonville and ready to help you feel good again, we'll get you back on the road to recovery at Barry Orthopedics.
Ballou for Shinatri Chiropractic. They've helped me get rid of my headaches and pain in my neck and back. Are you suffering from an auto accident? What about TMJ pain? Headaches associated with jaw clenching, grinding of the teeth, or stress-related disorders? Shinatri Chiropractic has a physical therapist on staff for rehabilitation, quality chiropractic care, dry needling, massage, and acupuncture. Call 743-6700 or go to ShinatriDC.com.
Christmas is a great time to show loved ones you're thinking about them, and no better way than a beautiful piece of jewelry from Golden Diamonds Direct. They've been in business on the First Coast for 40 years. In fact, this is their 40th Christmas, putting something special under the tree for that special someone. Drop on by Golden Diamonds Direct on Racetrack Road in the Plantation Publix Plaza and see what an incredible selection of great gift ideas they have, making this giving season memorable. Golden Diamonds Direct on Racetrack Road in the Publix Plantation Plaza.
Come on, admit it. Almost everyone you know seems to be playing pickleball now, right? So whether you just want to learn how to play or you're ready to show off your elite pickleball skills, the Y is the place for you. Visit our brand new McGuire Family Pickleball Center at the Brown Family YMCA in Ponte Vedra Beach. 5 top quality outdoor courts and 3 amazing indoor courts where you can learn about dinks, dill ball, falafel, the kitchen, and more pickleball slang at the Y.
1010XL is presented by Farah & Farah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. This is XL Primetime, brought to you by Florida Home AC. Now that's cool on 1010XL.
What is that groove, RJ? I thought it was heavy metal. No, that's tomorrow.
That's tomorrow.
What is that groove, RJ?
But I think RJ,
like it. Turn it
RJ
up.
puts on his slippers when we're out of the studio.
He's got his smoking jacket on right now.
Yes, he's got the smoking jacket.
What is that, RJ?
A little bit of PJ Morton featuring El DeBarge called On My Way.
El DeBarge. How about that blast from
He
the
is
past?
so smooth. He is so
That's
smooth.
an 80s guy, RJ. What are you doing listening to that?
He ain't got no old soul. He trying to act like he got an old soul.
Talking about Leon.
You got an old soul, RJ?
Oldest, man.
All right, if you playing that, you got an old soul.
Yeah, he's just chilling like a villain back there. All right, we're hanging out at the Avenue Sale House patio area, bar area. That's the easiest way to say it, where you can drop on by, enjoy you a cold one, buckets of Bud Light, and plenty of others. I always like to say anything that comes out of the North Florida Sales Warehouse, I'm a fan of. That's for sure, the original NFG, and they got plenty of good taps. As a matter of fact, we will do one in honor of Duke's coming up here in just a second. Now, we have been talking about the college football world. I mentioned that Greg Byrne, he's seething over the idea that people are trying to poach players from his Alabama Crimson Tide, which shouldn't shock any of you. Alabama does recruit good players, and they don't want anyone else coming in and trying to take them away. And we all know where it's gone. It's right now a bit of a hunting season. Is that a good way to put it? Is that
it's 100% way to put it.
Yeah, is that you've got right now to be aggressive. You've got to spend some of your time doing more than you thought you would have to do in the recruiting world, even though you might be preparing for a playoff. Now, insert the rim shot here. Alabama's not preparing for the playoff. Ba-dum-pum, okay?
Right.
But at the same time, they're not happy with what's going on. So, basically, just to sum it up, Greg Byrne, the athletics director, he said...
Wait, before we go further, they steal from the portal, too.
Of course they do.
They illegally contact, too, okay?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we all understand that, all right?
Yeah, they all do it. It's just when someone's doing it to them. Okay, you know the rules.
Right.
Like, wait a minute, it's fine if I do it.
All right, continue. I'm sorry.
You're not allowed to do it. At Alabama, he writes, we've not measured ourselves against our competition. We are the standard. And that measurement is against the mirror and against a rich and proud history. But it's impossible to ignore what is taking place in college athletics. Hungry fan bases are acting decisively to give their respective programs competitive advantages. We must respond. We are Alabama. Now, the only thing I really noticed throughout this whole statement is that Elaine might have gotten a hold of it. There's a lot of commas in this bad boy and some exclamation points. So she might have gotten a hold of it. But he but he was pretty fired up about it. And I don't know whether that's going to move the meter or not. I do think he's peddling a little bit. Like, you guys better pony up some cash.
You know what's funny is 4 or 5 years ago when Saban did this at the business club in Alabama, and like Jimbo caught strays from it. That was, it was like, what are you doing? You can't do that.
It was the
now
best.
You have the athletic director of the university going on social media saying, "Give us money."
Yeah,
we have problems now. People are stealing our players.
Yeah.
That's all that nice prose that he laid out there with the commas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
He could have summed it up quickly, just saying, "We're losing players to our rivals because they're spending more money. We need money."
Yeah, we need money. That's it. And by the way, on the text line, referring to this, and Miami losing a quarterback to Oklahoma, Leon sounds a little salty, said one of our texters. And he said, boy, the U was buying up all the goods a few weeks ago. Now they can't even get anyone to window shop again. So they're getting on you, Lee.
That's fine. I'm sure my team still has a better record than his.
Yeah.
Leon and I were joking. It's amazing. 10 weeks in the season, Miami's 10-0. Florida's getting ready to fire its coach.
Yeah.
Florida State can't win a game. And now, 4 weeks later, Florida has all the momentum. Miami's just a team that missed out on the playoff. Now they're losing their quarterback. What are they going to do next year on offense? Florida State's in complete rebuild. It's crazy now how quickly things can turn in college football. But I will tell you this, Leon. I think you're going to get Fernando Mendoza, the kid from Cal. And I thought he played really well this year for Cal. He didn't play last night, obviously, in that game, and they lost to UNLV. But he's a talent, man.
He transferred out before his bowl game.
He did.
By the way, UNLV
he
and Cal
played well this year, man. He did.
UNLV and Cal wasn't a bad game to watch.
No, it was a fun game.
And I don't know if I spotted Danny Mullen anywhere, but
I think he was in the booth briefly.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is all the bowl games so far have been really fun, like competitive games.
I always like the bowl games.
Yeah.
And the action is very difficult to predict, okay?
Yeah.
You used to take a lot of dogs and feel pretty good about it just because of the way things set up in the bowl season, especially early in the bowl season, take the dogs. It's so unpredictable now because the portal has done it. Not as many portal departures, but there definitely are quite a few. That's for sure. All right.
Bro, we got Leon's just jealous of the Gators on here. They're coming after you now, man.
I'm jealous of the Gators.
Yeah.
Stop it.
That actually rings true.
I love orange and blue to the death.
That's true. See, that's the truth.
RJ, you'll pay for that later.
Yo, you my mans though, Leon. You my man.
No, you'll pay for that.
You my man though.
You better get him a CANES.
You like your kneecaps? You like your kneecaps?
Just because Leon. Oh, it's beautiful. All right, now, since we have brought up teams that aren't in the college football playoff, let's bring up one right now with a bold fact.
Here's a bold fact brought to you by Bold City Brewery, Duval's first craft brewery. Online at boldcitybrewery.com.
I got to turn my computer just a little bit here.
Right, because I'll cheat.
All right,
because that's what I do. I cheat.
We got the bold fact coming up, and we also have the unveiling of the XLP Hazy at Bold City Brewery right there on Roselle Street in Riverside. We brewed it downtown, so if you're heading downtown, you can definitely check them out on Bay Street. But at the end of our bold fact, if you're a craft lover, and you want to taste the Hazy IPA, it will be next Friday, the 27th. So, RJ, at the end of this, we will invite a handful of listeners that love craft to come on with us to Bold City Brewery next Friday, the 27th. So call RJ, 641-1010. You can get on the guest list, and we will make sure we get in touch with you and let you know for sure. But take a couple of callers, RJ, that you think if they say, hey, man, I'd love to be there next Friday afternoon. From 2 to 4, we will unveil that puppy. All right, so here it is, a bold fact. And this is something that caught me a little off guard, but not 100%. They don't play college football after November in the Midwest. They just don't. The Big Ten, they like to end their season Thanksgiving weekend. We've all seen it, the game and everything like that. This will be, I believe, the first game at Ohio Stadium, the Horseshoe, ever in December.
December, yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
That's right.
So the last SEC team they faced was 1988. Who was it?
In the shoe?
In the shoe. 1988.
I should know this.
Not hoop. Ball. Football. They have only played.
Yeah, they've only played a few actually.
They've only played the SEC, a school from the SEC in the Horseshoe 3 times. That is it.
By the way, their postseason record against the SEC, I believe this is right, is 3-14.
It's not tidy.
Bowls and playoff and BCS, 3-14.
Yeah, they've lost in a lot of places against the SEC.
I'm going to go with the Vols. I think it's Tennessee. For some reason, I want to say it's Tennessee.
Alabama.
I'm going Tennessee.
And to both of you.
All right.
Yep,
LSU?
there it is.
LSU, huh?
LSU.
Come on, give me half a yes, sir, for that one, man. LSU went up there in 88, huh?
That's it, RJ. That's it. 1988. And no, LSU did not go up there and win.
But they went up there and played that game. That's interesting.
And it was against the Cooper-led Buckeyes, who scored a bunch of points. But it was 36-33.
Interesting.
I didn't think they could score that many points back in 1988 in the Big Ten. 36-33, they unloaded for 36 points. And coming up, which I was a little surprised to see this, I had kind of forgotten the way the schedule works, but they're going to be hosting Texas, Alabama, and Georgia in the near future. So that is the Big Ten and the SEC coming together with that NFL-like schedule with those big-time teams. I think Texas will go up there next year with a home-and-home starting in 2025. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
So we'll find out whether or not they can do it against the Tennessee.
There's going to be more Ohio State SEC games as well in the future when the SEC and Big Ten scheduling
merge.
Yeah, when the scheduling agreement begins, probably like 2030, 2029, 2030, somewhere around there.
So we'll find out. But I just thought that was kind of interesting. You go back and you take a look at a handful of things that Ohio State has. They've got Texas in 25-26, Alabama in 27-28, and Georgia in 30 and 31.
Yeah.
And at stake, we all know, and we could just talk just a hot minute with what Rocky Top has to do to go up there and win.
Ooh, Ohio State coming down south to play in Athens too, man.
Yeah, so
that's going to be fun.
So
and Alabama.
They'll play in Austin in 26, in Tuscaloosa in 28, in Athens in 31.
That's fun. That's a lot of fun.
And then and Ohio State and Texas actually start off next year, Aug 30. So I don't know whether that's week 0 or
Well, we've
not,
seen that. That happened in the early 2000s.
Yeah.
The mid-2000s, I think it was. It's Ohio State and Texas. We haven't seen Ohio State coming down south, man. I've not seen that.
So
that's going to be fun.
Yeah. And so when you take a look at what's at stake real quick.
Even Michigan had to play Florida and Dallas.
Yeah.
They wanted no part of Gainesville.
Well,
Florida wanted no part of Ann Arbor.
Notre Dame's another one of the schools that would come down, but they will play it in a stadium outside of the team stadium.
Right.
And they finally at least changed that a little bit, but you would see them play Florida State in where, Orlando or wherever.
Yeah, how cool would it be to see Florida playing in Ann Arbor?
Oh, it would be awesome.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It'd be phenomenal.
Yeah, and so those things are going to happen at some point, but we'll find out whether they can do it. But Ryan Day is his job on the line. We'll probably talk about this a little bit more tomorrow, but he won 42 of his first 46 games, and right now he cannot beat Michigan. He beat a team, lost to a team in Michigan that was a 3-touchdown underdog, and if he loses this game Saturday night to Rocky
Don't
Top,
even say it, because you know why? I just wrote a story today in USA Today.
Yeah.
Today.
USA Today.
Today. Talking to Ross Bjork, the AD at Ohio State.
And
no matter what, he's his coach.
Oh, yeah, he loves him. He's the new AD. He didn't hire him,
No
but
matter
he says
what.
he loves him.
No matter what, Ryan Day's his guy.
That's a vote of confidence.
Wow.
I don't know if I want to hear that if I'm the head coach.
Go read it. Go read the story.
All right, USA Today, you can check that one out. But he goes, make sure you read USA Today.
Today.
All right, it's XL Primetime from the Ale House, the Avenues Ale House right here on Southside and Phillips. We'd love to see you. Drop on by and say hey.
Buckle up. You're in the First Coast Honda Dealer Studios with XL Primetime on 1010XL. Find your new Honda at your 8 local Honda dealers.
Hey, Jacksonville, I'm sure by now you've seen our bright green GFL trucks and containers throughout the greater Jacksonville area. We are an industry leader in solid waste and would love the opportunity to earn your business. We are committed to customer service, reliability, and have unwavering focus on safety. Whether commercial or construction, let us haul your waste away. Call 904-760-5880 to get a quote today. GFL, green for life.
Hey, it's Matt Hayes. We're moving closer to the playoffs in the NFL, and it's already here in college football. And that's a perfect time to play and win with Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports app with more than 10 million active members. All you do is pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections and watch your dough roll in. Think Riley Leonard will throw for more than 2 touchdown passes tomorrow night against Indiana? It's just that simple. And now you can win up to 100 times your money with as little as 4 correct picks. Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out if your lineup isn't perfect. That's right. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit and cash out as quickly as 15 minutes. Now, here's the best part. Prize Picks is the only real money daily fantasy platform with an injury insurance policy. That means your lineups stay in play even if one of your players gets injured. Download the Prize Picks app today and use promo code JAX, J-A-X, and get $50 instantly when you play 5. It's all there at Prize Picks. Run your game.
We're H-A-P-P-Y, H-A-P-P-Y, because happy Honda days are here. Everything is bigger. Bigger selection, bigger discounts, bigger trade-in values. Honda, quality, value, safety. Don't miss happy Honda days going on now at your local Honda dealer.
When it comes to towing products, your safety on the road is the priority at Cannons of Jacksonville. Whether it's a heavy-duty tow hitch, trailer frame, wiring, gooseneck, tow bar, or any other towing accessory, Cannons has decades of experience to ensure your towing setup is installed with precision and reliability. Visit cannonsofjacks.com to explore a range of products and schedule your installation. Cannons of Jacksonville, your trusted partner for a smoother tow.
Hey, Jaguars fans, as the official whiskey of the NFL, it's not a kickoff without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. And that's why we've built the Crown Royal Rig. An absurdly awesome 18-wheeler delivering the generous spirit to stadiums and tailgates across the country. Follow the Royal Rig on its journey from city to city, bringing together local cuisine, NFL legends, and the opportunity to pack a purple bag for charity and win tickets to Super Bowl 59. Visit crownroyal.com for rules and more, and please drink responsibly.
This Date in Sports History is brought to you by Southeast Orthopedic Specialists.
On December 19, 1984, hockey legend Wayne Gretzky, at the age of 23, becomes the youngest NHL player and 18th player to score 1,000 points.
Pickett here with my concierge doctor, Richard Townsend. Doc T, how does a concierge direct primary care operate?
We are a membership-based primary care made directly between a patient and physician. We'll have a limited amount of patients that allows us to give unlimited access and personal service to you. This individualized approach has been shown to lower hospitalizations as well as maintain healthier lives. We also give 24/7 access via phone to me outside of our scheduled office hours.
To learn more, go to mypvconcierge.com. There are 3 certainties in life: death, taxes, and if you stay in your home long enough, a new roof. Pick it here for our friends at Lockhart Roofing. Nobody better in Jacksonville. How do I know? They are a local certified Master Elite contractor, and that means they have a GAF Master Elite warranty. That's the best in the roofing industry. In this day and age, don't settle for cheaper discount roofers. Lockhart Roofing has been here for decades. They aren't going anywhere. Call my friends at Lockhart Roofing, 994-3851. That's 994-3851. Lockhart Roofing, Jacksonville's best for Jacksonville people.
Save money this holiday season. Buy pre-owned. That's right, pre-owned guns, guitars, surfboards, tools, and especially jewelry. Beaches Jewelry and Pawn is here to help you save. Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
David here with Royal Pest Services. Here's a special message from our president.
Thanks, David. This is Jordan Harrington, president of Royal Pest Services. We'd like to thank everyone who has trusted Royal Pest for their pest control needs this year. Wishing all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from the Royal Pest family.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions based on over 650 million vehicle scans verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we can recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
For 79 years, each Gator Bowl game wrote a chapter in a story filled with excitement, celebrity, and a touch of drama. The game has seen iconic coaches like Bear Bryant, Vince Dooley, and of course, Bobby Bowden. Football stars like Larry Zonka, Archie and Peyton Manning, and Michael Vick. The 80th chapter features Duke and number 14 Ole Miss. Thursday, January 2nd in Primetime on Bill Gay Grounds at Everbank Stadium. Tickets on sale now at TaxSlayerGatorBowl.com.
At Farrah & Farrah, no matter if you're working on a case worth $5,000 or a case worth $5 million, you give that case the attention it deserves. Because to the client, that's their big case. Farrah & Farrah, here for you, here for good, Jacksonville.
This is Dr. Kevin Kaplan, head team physician for your Jacksonville Jaguars. Here's the latest update on the Jags, brought to you by Baptist Health and JOI.
ESPN's Mike DiRocco, a guest this morning of Jaguars Today, on the mood of the Jaguars locker room heading into Week 16.
Look, there's a lot of young guys in that locker room, too, that are excited because they're going to be getting more chances to play. Guys like DeAndre Prince, for example, who's going to play a decent amount. They're excited about that. There's also this feeling of we can win these 3 games. Certainly can go out to beat the Raiders. I mean, everything is set up for them to go out there and win that game. No Max Crosby. But I just feel like I still get the sense that they haven't checked out yet.
ESPN's Mike DiRocco this morning on Jaguars Today with your Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Jaguars update. I'm Andrew Gibson.
1010XL is presented by Farrah & Farrah, exclusive injury law firm of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Protecting you and your family. Call 396-5555. Jacksonville. Now, the cool down from the cool guys at Donovan Air Electric and Plumbing. Fast, reliable, and honest service since '87.
All right, my takeaway is that I'm pro players. All right, I've been a former player. I'm a proponent for athletes getting paid, NIL, transfer portal, all that kind of stuff. But I've got to say, when players who are not professionals making millions of dollars, when you sign contracts, and you seal your name, you seal it on the contract, you have got to be obligated to deal with the consequences of signing that contract once you got the bread. Now that you signed it, you want to get out of it, and now we feel sorry that he signed it. No. You have to deal with the consequences of you signing that contract. You're no longer an amateur athlete. You are a professional. So we're going to treat you accordingly. Deal with it.
I have a strange feeling if Dallas Wilson wanted to go to the Canes,
Leon.
if he wanted to go to the Canes, that might be a different story.
It may.
That bird might be singing a different story.
I would stay in my ground.
All right, my takeaway is it starts tomorrow, man. I'm starting to get fired up. I'm starting to get fired up for this college football playoff. Tomorrow's game, Notre Dame, Indiana in South Bend. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I think all of these playoff games, with the exception of Texas Clemson, which I think is going to be a blowout, I think they'll all be good. And I think we'll be, after this weekend, we're going to say, all right, I'm glad it moved to 12. This is good. And the good games are going to lead to the anticipation of better games in the quarterfinals and the big bowls at the turn of the new year. So, yeah, I'm fired up. Let's get into it, man. Let's do it.
I do hope that you're looking at great games like you just said, and if we have that, it's going to leave you wanting more. Now, that doesn't mean you have to have more. I'll make this point as my takeaway. Mm-hmm. Just because you think you want more doesn't mean you have to have more. And 12 looks good to me right now, okay? Let's just see how this puppy plays out before we start advancing and expanding. You're
getting 14. There's no doubt 14's coming to 26.
I know, but at least that's to stay this way for a couple of years. But it really, it's comical.
Which is the NFL. 14 is the NFL.
Well, yeah,
that's the model.
It's what we said earlier is that they're duping. The NFL is what they're doing, and it's 7 playoff teams, AFC and NFC, and only one team gets a bye, and I get all that. But why don't you just let this boy bake? Okay, and then pull it out and cut the cake and see what it tastes like, and then find out whether you want to expand it or not. But I tell you what, that's just the way it works. They do not stop on that. That's for sure. Now, we did not have time to get into this, but we're going to try and maybe get into this a little bit tomorrow. You're going to be on the road to South Bend. Mm-hmm. Okay, so hopefully we'll hear from you talking a little CFP tomorrow afternoon.
Should I call you while I'm standing in front of Touchdown Jesus?
Yes, I think that would be awesome. And we
I don't have fond memories of that.
Yeah, that's true. You're going to have to tell a story or two about being up in South Bend, because
I will.
Think about the playoff spots that we have mentioned. You're going to see State College, Columbus, South Bend.
Some legendary spots in college football,
and in Austin. Memorial. Yeah. Is it Memorial in Austin?
Royal, yeah.
Yeah. And so that's something else. And then next week we're going to move right on.
4 shrines of college football.
They really, really are. Yeah. Now, we didn't quite get this to this today, but I got to at least get into this tomorrow, and maybe we can get some of our fans. We had great food here at the Ale House. We love it. But Panthers wide receiver X Leggett and Cowboys owner Jerry Jones both said they have love of eating raccoon.
Really?
I'm looking at Leon just to see what his reaction is.
That sounds like a Bianchi thing. I think Bianchi eats raccoon.
And so this is part of a podcast. We'll pull it up tomorrow. But Jerry Jones and X Leggett love eating raccoon. Now, I had...
Where are they from? I can tell you a lot about that. I'm from D.C. I ain't never had no damn raccoon.
Arkansas for Jerry Jones.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Where's the other cat from?
I don't know, but he played in South Carolina.
Okay, yeah.
Listen,
so that's right around the border of eating raccoon.
I had a couple of buddies that, as long as you found roadkill, raccoons being the most, the one that you could peddle the most, you can get $25 a raccoon. Now, that's a delicacy as far as I'm concerned. That per pound, that's more than a T-bone, okay? But anyway, we're going to play that tomorrow, at least get an idea of what they are talking about. All right, who you guys got tonight as far as the NFL is concerned? Because we're looking at there's playoff possibilities. The Chargers kind of got mollywopped last week by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They are hosting the Broncos. Who you like?
Oh, I like the Broncos in this game. Yeah, what I saw from the Chargers last week against Tampa Bay, I mean, they rendered Justin Herbert ineffective. They did. They couldn't run the ball. They put constant pressure on. Tampa Bay dominated the line of scrimmage, time of possession, first downs. I mean, the Chargers couldn't even third down efficiency. They were 0 for 6. 0 for 6 on third down. Is that good? That's not good. And Tampa Bay threw for over 200-some yards and ran for over 200-some yards in the game.
Mayfield had 4 touchdowns.
4 touchdowns.
And then a 40-burger put on Jim Harbaugh. Okay, so you like the Broncos?
I like the Broncos.
Matty?
I like the trajectory they're going.
I think the easy pick is the Broncos. I'm going to take the Chargers at home. I think Harb's going to get them up, get them ready.
Because you're stealing my line because I'm thinking this is when Bo Nix looks a little suspect tonight.
Well, they have to have it.
I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with Harbaugh, Riddlin, Nix tonight and getting after him. Because, we'll both have to have it. We're talking about two good, solid records right
one's
now.
At home.
Yeah, and L.A. and Herbert needs to bounce back based on what, the picture that Big Search just painted because it was not pretty. That's for sure. Another one, like when we just look at the storyline itself, is that Harbaugh coming back in immediately has had success. They're 8-6, and they fired the last guy who had a chance to make it to the postseason in 21 and blew it, had a chance to make it to the postseason, did in 22, and then blew a 27-point lead. Then they fired him in 23, and because it was a disaster. And now Jimmy Harbaugh has done what he does everywhere he goes. He just walks right back in and builds up a winner.
He wins.
And they said goodbye to Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, Austin Eckler, on and on and on. And they definitely have some pretty dang good players. So, I don't know, 2.5 points, I think, is the line right now.
Well, here's the thing, Joe. When you think about it, when it comes to Harbaugh, even at the collegiate level or at the professional level, he always builds from the inside out.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Always.
Physical.
Tough, physical.
We're coming at you.
Exactly.
We're going to beat you up. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's who he is.
And I would love to see it. We started our discussion today with the Jaguars and what they haven't done, and we're going to keep an eye on the draft, and who knows exactly where you want to be with the draft. I think I'd rather be looking at draft position than wins right now, even though I hate being that guy. I hate being that guy. This team has wasted precious draft capital by just being lost when it comes to drafting in the first round. It's more heinous than that. But anyway, they have not done a very good job with all the draft capital that they've had. So I hate wishing for high draft picks. I really, really do. But these wins late in the year, they're not going to do anything. They're not going to change what is so obvious here right now.
You know what I hate what coaches say when they have losing records at this point in the season? We need to win out so we can have momentum into the offseason. That's a bunch of crap. There's no momentum. These games don't mean anything, to be quite honest with you.
Yeah.
I mean, it's window dressing. That's all it is. It's like putting an extra Santa on your window for Christmas. That's all these wins are now. They mean nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with an extra Santa.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't disrespect Santa.
Don't go after the chubby man.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay?
You're right.
All right, but I do get what you're saying because this team right now is anywhere from 4th to 6th in the NFL draft order, depending on what site you go to. Tankathon, I love going to them. Strength of Schedule says they're right now picking in the 4th spot, and so you would at least have your pick of a handful of really, really good players, particularly if two of the top teams in front of you are both selecting quarterbacks. And that would mean that they're going to be looking. We don't know about the health of Carson Beck right now. We really don't. But Shedeur Sanders.
It can't be good, I can tell you that.
Well, we haven't heard.
Right.
They were going for a second opinion. The severity of a UCL injury can be significant enough where you just have to go in an absolute a torn ligament. You have to repair the ligament. I don't think you can do anything. If I'm playing radio doctor here, I don't think you can do anything to just rehab
if it's torn, right?
Yeah, I think it has to have a procedure of
Not
some
only that,
kind.
I mean, someone has to say this, and I know it's ludicrous to even think about it, but Carson's got one more year of eligibility.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean that he's going to come back. I'm just saying it's, depending on the severity of the injury, who knows what happens? Who knows what happens, man?
I think the sooner you sign a contract is the sooner you get to sign your second contract.
Yeah, I agree.
And
I
so,
totally agree. I think the smart move
now.
The smart move is obviously the NFL, but there will be questions about that arm.
Yeah.
The elbow, there's no doubt there will be.
Yeah, but Brock Purdy at the very least proved, even though Brock's not this throw it through a brick wall type of guy.
Right.
He came back from a significant injury. They had to fully repair that ligament. All right, we are done. We say thanks to the Ale House. Always appreciate them hosting us. Bud Light with our build-up to the weekend. Faux show. Make sure you drop on by any one of them and enjoy a bucket and watch all that ball because Saturday is truly going to be something else. That's for sure. We are done. Joe C., Matty Hayes, have that safe trip, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Big Search will be back inside the building, 1010XL headquarters tomorrow. RJ, great job. You got the Francis Show coming up next.
Best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Why do we have to be nice to each other only on Christmas? Why can't we be nice to each other every day?
You drive me
crazy.
You'll shoot your eye out, kid. Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.